everyone, it's Shelby, the conservative bookworm. I am back again today with number 7 of my book reviews. This number is going to get big enough eventually where I won't be able to use my hands, but as of now, 7. So I did do a shorter video that was kind of a preview of this one. So some of the information that I'm going to be talking about here is a little repeated in the preview. So if you watch the preview and you're interested in learning more about this book, sorry, some of this will be repeated a little bit, but I will go into more detail about this book. So for those of you who don't know yet, the book I'm reviewing today is called Currents by Petrlik Smolik. And I actually really liked this cover as part of what kind of drew me to this book. I thought it was a very pretty cover. I liked being able to kind of see the characters. A lot of times we like to kind of come up with what we think characters look like. But sometimes it's nice to have, to not have to work on that, to have something in mind already, so you can focus on other details. Okay, so this book, as I mentioned in my preview, is a historical fiction. It's set in pre-Civil War era America and part of time in England as well, the same time period, so like 1850s and into early 1860s, right before the Civil War started. So it is about 3 girls, all are the age of 12 in this book. In the epilogue at the end of the book, it does kind of show, talk about them a little bit when they're older, but the majority of the book is when they're 12. One is a little girl named Agnes May, she's a slave girl. One is a little girl named Bess, who is an English aristocrat living on the Isle of Wight, off of England, the coast of England. And one is a little girl named Mary Margaret, who is of Irish descent. She's Irish, and her parents immigrated to Boston. So all 3 have some tragedy in their lives. Agnes May never knew her father, who was sold. Bess, her mother died recently, and she now has a kind of an evil stepmother situation going on. And Mary Margaret, her family lost 2 of her little brothers on the trip over to America, and also she loses a friend within the story. So all 3 have tragedy that kind of ties them together. All 3 have a kind of bad guy to deal with, whether that bad guy is actually a person. We all have a person they have to deal with that's not a good person, that is causing them grief. But also, of course, 2 of them are dealing with discrimination. The Irish girl is with discrimination, and also the slave girl Agnes with discrimination, racism, obviously. So the book was really, I thought it was a really good book. Maybe not the most lyrical book, but it was appropriate for the age. The stories were, I thought, well-rounded. You get to know the characters, even though each of their stories is short within the book, and it's not a very big book. And there's actually a little bit of illustration at the beginning of each story, which I found interesting, and it also talks a little bit about what ties all of these girls together is not only their age and their circumstance as far as having things to deal with, even though they're obviously in all different parts of the world and having to deal with different problems, is that Agnes May puts her name and her birth date and her status as a slave, a little note in a glass bottle with a little carved peach pit she got from her father, and she sends it on a journey. And so that's what connects all these girls together, is the other 2 finding this bottle and speculating and thinking about Agnes May, and it kind of all culminates at the end. And it's very pretty, it's a very sweet story. There's really no violence other than, Agnes May is beaten at the beginning of her story. Go anywhere to read. That's really the only violence. I don't think there's no cursing. There's some bad guys. There's some things that they have to go through, and at the end, it is all tied together. The 3 girls' stories kind of all tied together. I was a little disappointed about not learning about some of the other minor characters, like what happened to them, but the main character stories are pretty much tied together, and you find out more of what happens to them. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, there's a good bit of talk about religion, like God, and the story is more, I think maybe a little more in Mary Margaret's story. I mean, she's Irish Catholic. So there's a little bit of God talked about, Christianity, but it's appropriate, for that time. That was in everyone's life. Everyone had a religion in their life. So that's talked about a little bit. There's a little bit of Christmas in Mary Margaret's story. I think that's about it. I mean, and like I said, God is mentioned a few times. It's kind of taken for granted that God does exist. There's no, questioning that in this book. So I thought it was a sweet story, like I said, and if you have a daughter or a son, I mean, the main characters are all girls, so it's probably leaning a little more towards a girl audience. Ages 8 to 12 I thought was an appropriate age. I can see 8, 9-year-olds enjoying this book just as much as the 9, 10, 11, 12-year-olds. And it's really about kind of just not giving up and keeping going and being positive and being kind and good to others and not giving up on hope, basically. Because all 3 girls are hoping for something. But I won't tell too much more. But I would recommend this book, and I hope that you find this review helpful, and maybe you have a daughter or son who could enjoy this book. Again, Currents by Petrlik Smolik. And I'll put a link below to my review of that with some extra links below in my blog. And you can subscribe to this if you want to this channel, or sign up for my newsletter. We'll send out updates every time I put a new review on my website. And also I'll have a link below to this book on Amazon. So, I hope you have a great day and happy reading. Bye.